ProCare's Fund Accounting feature allows you to track accounts receivable separately for your various programs, as well as the funds received to pay for those programs. First, we'll turn it on. To do that, you go to Utilities and then choose Download ProCare Support File. And now I'll type in the word Fund as my password. Click Download. And then it's currently turned off. So to turn it on, I'm going to say Turn On. Fund Accounting is now turned on. To set up Fund Accounting, we'll go to the Configuration menu and System Settings. I'm going to collapse the view, and we're going to go to Accounting Management. You'll begin by going to your chart of accounts. We'll double-click here, and under Assets, you're going to set up the different accounts receivable assets you want to use. Now, I've placed them in their own group, although you could create these and put them in another group if you prefer, like current assets. So I've got 4 set up. A general one I'll use for my default, a preschool one for school age, and another one to keep track of registration fees. And I've used an extension of .00, .10, .20, and .30, although you could use any numbering system that you choose. We'll exit there. The next thing to do is to go to Account Assignments and choose one of those to be your default accounts receivable. So this will be when you don't specify one of the other accounts. And I've chosen my .00 account, my general accounts receivable. Next, since reporting is based on the general ledger dates, the fund accounting reports, you can set up general ledger dates and put in a name, a start date, and an end date to define any preset periods of time for which you might want to run reports, like each month, each quarter, and so forth. Then we'll go to Family Accounting, scroll down to the Fund Accounting section, and now you can go to AR categories. We'll double click here. This is where you define the different accounts that you're actually going to use and the order that you want them to be used in. So I'm going to choose my general account. I'll click Save. I'm then going to choose my preschool account. I'll click Save. I'll then choose my school age account, Save, and finally my registration account, and click Save. Now the order of these does matter. In the event that I have fees posted to a family on the same day, let's say I posted preschool fees, school age fees, and a registration fee all to one family on the same day, and the family only makes a partial payment. That payment will be applied in the order these items are listed. So the payment would go to anything that's unassigned, like general, then it would go to preschool, then it would go to school age, then it would go to registration. We'll exit there. And next we set up the mapping, which credit and charge descriptions point to which AR accounts. We'll double click here. I'm only going to set up a couple. I'm going to choose Tuition Preschool, and I'm going to set that up to point to my preschool receivables. School age, I will choose to point to my school age receivables. The rest of these I'll leave at default, so that means they're going to go to my general receivables account. I'll click Save. I'll go to Other Charges, and I want registration to go to a separate receivables. I'll click Save, and I'm going to go to my credit accounts as well. If I give like family discounts, I might want to have a preschool discount and go to a preschool receivables, and a school age discount, go to a school age receivables. We'll save, exit, and that's all there is to setting up. Now we'll exit and we'll go and take a look at Family Data and Accounting. You'll post charges, credits, and payments to accounts as you normally do using automated billing, quick ledger posting, or manual entries on the ledger card, and it will affect the way certain reports work with fund accounting. Let's take a look at this family's ledger card as an example. Here I've posted 2 fees, a registration fee and a preschool fee, both posted on the same date for a charge of $25 and $100, giving me a balance of $125. The family then made a payment of $110, so they didn't pay the full balance due, leaving them with a balance of $15. Now, if you remember in configuration, we said that preschool fees should be paid off before registration fees. So let's take a look at how that affects my reports. I'll exit here. We'll go to Reports, Standard Reports. Under Family Accounting Reports, we'll choose the Receivable Journal Summary section. These are the 2 reports that are affected by the fund accounting settings. This is the one you'll most often use, Fund Accounting funds collected. I've already saved a date range for May. I'm going to click Run Report. And when I do that, it'll show me the amount collected and the amount remaining due for each of the categories I've defined. So you'll remember that I charged $100 in preschool fees for this family, and that's the only family I have in this sample, just to keep the numbers simple. So funds collected for accounts receivable preschool, $100. That was paid in full, leaving accounts receivable balance of 0 for my preschool account. Remember, I actually paid $110 though. So down here under registration fees, I have funds collected for registration, $10. And I charged $25, so that leaves me with an accounts receivable for registration of $15. So that's the way it gets paid off. Preschool first, registration second, total funds collected $110. Now the reason things were paid off in this order is because both of the charges to the family were posted on the same day. However, let's exit the report for a moment and we'll go back to the family. If I go to their ledger and change it so that the registration fee was actually charged on an earlier date, let me change it. Let's say that was posted back sometime in April. Now the payment is going to be applied to the oldest item first. Normally it goes oldest item first. However, in the event that the two items are posted on the same day, it goes by the order you have set them up. So let's take a look now with registration being dated previously, being the older debt. Let's see how that changes the report. We'll exit here, back to standard reports, click Run Report, and now we'll see that the registration fee of $25 has been paid in full. Funds collected $25. However, that left $85 to be applied to tuition preschool, and now the $15 that's remaining due is applied to the preschool receivables. And that's because even though our order is preschool first, registration second, the registration fee was an older debt, and so the older debt is always paid off first. And that's the basic idea of how to use fund accounting.